Hey, thank you for coming by, Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 14th of December. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, and it's, I believe, the last day of Hanukkah. So for the people celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Mr. Anonymous sends his love to all of you. Thank you. Anyway, today I just wanted to go over a few things that I started thinking about as far as Christmas and as far as Scientologists. And I wanted you to just take a few minutes if you're in the church of Scientology and listen to what I have to say. I know they say I'm evil, I'm horrible, I'm this, I'm that, but I want you to keep these points in mind. I want you to think about them over Christmas time. Okay, number one, are they applying the tech of Scientology within your church? No, they're not. Most people that we run into cannot talk to us, which is the original communication course was the ability to communicate with anyone freely at any time about anything. That's the tech. Okay. You guys can't do that anymore. So you got to think, okay, what happened? What happened here? In the old days of Scientology, when I got in 1969, we were having a lot of fun. I know a lot of shit happened and people were in it where a lot of bad stuff happened, but there also was a lot of fun that happened also. And it was something where we were working towards helping really do stuff, better ourselves. Hubbard said the goal of the 8 dynamics is to survive, right? What are the 8 dynamics? The first one is survival through yourself, right? The second one is survival through the second dynamic, which is survival through your family, through sex and love and marriage, right? And the third one is groups. The fourth one is all of mankind. The fifth one is, I think, matter, energy, space, and time. And the sixth one is all living things. And the seventh one is the spiritual, the spiritual dynamic. And the eighth one is God, whatever you believe that to be. Now, first of all, I never heard Hubbard ever in 30 years of being in mention God, ever, except maybe once on OT3. That was it. And it was to say there are no churches, angels, Jesus, all that are all part of an implant, meaning it's like put into your head like an electric shock or something like that. Not something good, right? That's Hubbard. That's what he said. He never talked about God. So when they say it's a church, it's not a church like people think about it. It's a money making business. That is what Scientology is. And every person in, they are constantly nagging you to pay them more money. Now let's look at what's really happening. You have ideal morgues that are empty. There's hardly anybody in them. If we come up, anybody. Now, we're people that have been in there for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? Can you talk to us? No. You're all like muzzled. It's like, it's frightening. It's scary to see. People are like, what's wrong with these people? I go, I know. It's very, very weird. It's not Scientology as it's written in the tech, right? In the creed of a Scientologist, it says man has the inalienable right to free speech and free thought. You guys don't have that anymore. That's gone. Okay, so you have to really think, am I in what I joined? Is what I joined, what I thought, is this really it? Is this really what you want? Where they tell you who to talk to. They tell you what to say. You now have to I don't know if everyone out there knows, but there's no longer any Div 6 lectures. You used to be able to, Div 6 is where you get new people in. And they used to give these lectures all the time on basic principles of Scientology. But in the 90s, some of the critics outside the church went into a courtroom and said, look, the Scientology Joe Schmo says it this way, Mary says it that way, Tim says it that way, so we have a right to say it our way. And the judge said, okay. So from that point on, and I was working in Scientology at the time in a company, a wise company, and they said they went from being able to do just regular lectures to everything has to get what's called issue authority. And that means it has to go through all these lines. Everything has to be written up. It has to be okayed. It has to be per LRH. But the ironic thing is that you guys can't do anything really per what LRH says. It's amazing. It really is. But Everything has to be written up and okayed by these executives, most of who have left. So now I don't even know who the executives are running it. It's probably David Miscavige, because I've heard most of them are locked up in the hole. Way to go, Dave. I mean, you're really proving what a religious, caring guy you are. And you can have your events and talk about the millions and billions of people that are in Scientology, but the people, I say to them all the time, go look in the buildings. Are there any people in there? Not really. They're in there for a minute, they're out. I used to work in helping get people in. They want Scientology, not me, but Scientology wanted qualified people. What is a qualified person? It's somebody who can afford the bridge to total freedom. Well, the bridge to total freedom now is at least $200,000 up to $1 million. It's to do the whole thing. It is, if not more. And I paid it way more than that. And it's very, very expensive. So they can ask people that are very, very poor to come in so it looks like they have bodies in the shop, but that's all it is. That's all they care about, is having these physical bodies in the shop so it looks like they're successful. They don't care about being successful anymore. That's over. So don't give them your money. This is my message. It's Christmas time. It's time to do something that really helps your family, your loved ones, and people around you in your neighborhoods, in your community. Do something good for people. But don't just keep giving money to David Miscavige, who's buying buildings that you have to pay for, and then you have to keep the lights on. It's like, what? What happened here? Please think about it before you do. The next check they ask you to write, think about what I'm saying and go, you know what? I can't afford it. No. That's what I started saying when I was in. No, I can't afford it. You have to. Okay, well, this is what I said to him. Flag would call us every single day. Okay, you and Harold have to get back to Flag. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. You pay our rent. You pay our flight there. You pay for every single course, every single thing that we're supposed to donate to. And you pay for all of our bills that come in while we're gone, and we'll be on our way. We'll be there. And by the end, they'd go, thank you very much, and they'd hang up. True story. Now, in the old days, they would have had an ethics officer at our house in a second going, what? How could you say that to someone? It just was like, no way. But it is now, because you know what? There's enough people that have left. They can't really keep ticking people off because they're losing way too many people. So if you're in and you're thinking, I'm really sick of this stuff, I really want to just celebrate Christmas and have a good time, it's nothing more. LRH said the way out is the way through, right? But in his actions, he said the way out's the nearest door. That's what he took. He took it. Why not you? It's nothing more than walking across the street. You're on one side, you open a door, you walk across the street, you are free. You are done. That's it. Now, I know the big thing is you will be declared a suppressive person. Well, here's the deal. Most people out here want one of these SP declares. They're like, oh, how'd you get it? I want one. Well, here's what I tell people. Just make it up, because that's all they do. This is filled with lies about me, twisted things, falsehoods. So you can just make up a bunch of lies about yourself, put it on Goldenrod. The actual whole SP declare is over on xenu.net, mine, and you can copy it and see how they do it. And at the back, make sure to say her only terminal is the International Justice Chief via the Continental Justice Chief, which the International Justice Chief will never talk to a suppressive person. So there you go. Merry Christmas. So anyway, that's Scientology. Don't waste your money. Come on out. We are having a grand time. Take a look at any of the photographs of any of the SPs, the really evil people that we are, and we're having a good time. So come on out. Have a good time. Life is moving on. It tick-tock, tick-tock. And as I say to Davy Boy every time is on our side, because the more people that leave, the more people speak out. The more people that speak out, the more people leave. That's the way it is. So for all of us that are out here and everyone speaking out, I thank you. I love you. Please keep doing what you're doing. It is helping people, whether you feel it or know it or not. And to the people that are in, come on out. We're having a good time. Merry Christmas to everyone. I love you.